What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's your boy Billy from Barfish and Billy, and welcome back to a brand new video. So today I'm going to be doing something that you will not find anywhere on YouTube, and that is to share a care guide on the Murray cod. You would never find a care guide on a Murray cod, ever. You won't. You won't find it listed in top 10 best fish for your aquarium or pond. You just won't, because it's just not too much of a common, well, here in Australia it's a common fish, but other places in the world, guaranteed they barely even know that the Murray cod exists. But I would recommend for you big fish salesmen out there, I'd recommend that you should actually get one of these for your store and have a big one on display. So yeah, it's just a recommendation. You don't need to do it, but yeah, so if you're a big fish store, I'd recommend that you should really do it, because it would be really cool. People would come up to it and be super fascinated by it. That, oh, I have never seen this fish before. So yeah, so let's get straight into it. So the first thing that you want to know before getting a Murray cod is their habitat. So Murray cod live in a whole bunch of different places and climates, but a main habitat for a Murray cod would mostly be a structured place, and you would know that if you're an Australian fisherman. Yeah, so hiding spots for a Murray cod would mostly consist of rocks. You also find them in piles of driftwood. Sometimes you would even find them in like broken down trees that have fallen into the water. You'll find them down there because they're an ambush predator. They come up and they like to ambush their prey. It's something that they just really like to do. So yeah, so that's just basically a basic rundown of their habitat. So they like a pond that's nice and structured, but they can do well in ponds or tanks that don't have structure. I currently have one in my backyard pond. It has no structure in it. Just got a pump. That's it. He's doing fine. He eats really well. He's fat. But yeah, just so if you're willing to get one, if you want one to be getting huge quickly, and I mean very quickly, and to be like super happy eating any hand and stuff, recommend putting lots of structure in there so that they'll be nice and happy, and they'll even be active. Next thing we're going to be looking at is their temperature. And Murray cod, they're pretty invincible, honestly, but they really do not like hot water. They really do not like it. They're okay in, they'll do fine in some warmer waters, but if you live in like a tropical area, let's say you lived in South America, no, do not do it. Recommend having a cooler in the pond or tank if you're going to have them when you're in a very tropical place. So just like something that you can do. See, I don't have a heater or anything on mine because it's a native Australian fish. They don't need that. He does well in our climates and stuff. They're more of a cold water sort of fish. So yeah, they're pretty good in multiple temperatures. They're pretty hardy. So yeah, it's really everything about the temperature. Next thing I'm going to talk about is their food. Murray cod are predators. Big predators. So they won't eat pellets or anything like that. If you can get a Murray cod to eat pellets, good on you. Mine, carnivore. He will not eat pellets, because they're predatory fish. They they prefer live food other than just like cut up pieces of meat. So if you're like in South Florida, wouldn't recommend feeding them like frozen tilapia. They prefer live food. That's what they want, is something that's moving and something that is eaten live. So things that I'd recommend for your Murray cod is yabbies or crayfish, crawdads, mosquito fish, different types of minnows, worms, shrimp. And all of these here are alive. These here are live foods that you can feed them. You can feed them other types of small fish, like they'll even eat smaller Murray cod. They're cannibals. You can feed them yellow belly. You can feed them pretty much anything. They're not too picky. Just they like the live food a lot better. So if you're going to do that, recommend doing that. And if you don't even know what a Murray cod is, I'll pop one right here on the screen. Yeah, they are a fantastic fish. They're predatory. They hide. Holy crap, they're so fun to keep. And I actually have one in here. Yeah. Well, you can't see him, but I'll give you guys a look at him in a sec. But he's living in this 400-gallon above-ground fish pond. It's also 1,200 litres. So yeah, this thing here cost me literally nothing. My neighbour just gave it to me for free. So I'll give you guys a look at him. There he is. His name is Moby. He's 15 centimetres long. He's living in this beautiful above-ground pond. Yeah, so this here is going to be his forever home until, you know, he gets like 3 feet long or something. So yeah, let's get back to the care guide. So as you just saw, my pet Murray cod is doing really well in his new home. If you've seen some of my previous videos, you would know I took down my old pond. But yeah, I think he's really liking his new home. But yeah, so that's really it for the food. But now we are going to move on to tank mates. A Murray cod can have a variety of different tank mates. But you got to remember, a Murray cod will eat anything that fits in its mouth. And they have very big mouths. They're like a largemouth bass if you're in America. They have that big mouth. So just remember, these fish, if you're getting a Murray cod and you're getting a big one, remember all of the tank mates need to be either the same size, if not bigger than the Murray cod itself. So things I would recommend is big yellow belly, probably other bigger Murray cod, maybe another Murray cod. But remember, the problem with 2 Murray cod is sometimes they might fight. So that one there might need to be a bit of a maybe. But yeah, you can get big silver perch, big jade perch, maybe, and also a catfish. I currently have mine with 2 Aussie bass. So yeah, you can have Aussie bass, maybe even a big redfin. Yeah, whole bunch of different stuff you can have a Murray cod with. But all those fish that I just said there, you notice I said big. They don't always have to be big. If you're getting a small Murray cod, you can do small versions of those. But yeah, so those really are just the tank mates of a Murray cod. But yeah, so lots of different things that a Murray cod will eat, but and also lots of different things that a Murray cod will be friends with. Like if you introduce a Murray cod to another fish's home, it's most likely not to eat the fish that are already in there, because it's being introduced into their home. Most of the time fish will usually respect that. But this Murray cod, he ate one of my barbs, my rosy barbs that I had in there. I wasn't surprised though. I also think he ate my goldfish too. Not my platinum. My platinum was huge, but I think he ate my brown goldfish. Surprised he didn't eat my carp though. So yeah, so Murray cod are very aggressive fish. You just got to make sure you listen to this care guide, because you won't find another care guide of Murray cod on the internet at all. So make sure you listen to this, because I promise you, this is not fake. This is real information that I know from experience. So next thing we're going to move on to is their pond or tank size. There's no really specific size for a Murray cod's tank or pond. It really just kind of depends on the size Murray cod you get. That'll normally depend on what size aquarium, what size pond you get. But you see, I've never kept Australian native fish in aquariums. They've always been in ponds because I've always had more luck with that. But I honestly, if they're in a pond, I just think it's easier because you get to really see them grow in a pond. And when they're in a pond, it's more like they're in a in the wild, so they get to feel what it's like to be a predator. Whereas if they're in a tank, they're just staring at you for the whole day. So I'm not trying to be rude, I promise, but yeah, just make sure you're careful what size you get. But if I had to recommend a size for a tank, you could start with a small size like a 16 gallon, but then they'd eventually need an upgrade. After that, I'd upgrade to probably, I'd say probably a 300 gallon aquarium, which that would give them a lot of space to grow. But after that, you're gonna really need to step up. After that, I'd probably step up to, if you'd want to step up, if you actually want to keep them for their whole life, you'd probably need to step up to probably 1,000 gallons. Yeah. They wouldn't, I don't think they'd need anything bigger than that, because in captivity, these guys will get probably about 70 centimeters long, so 1,000 gallons should be fine for them, as long as it's deep and they're not in static water and super hot water. But yeah, but if you're keeping them in a pond, I'd recommend having them in their forever home as soon as you get them. As soon as you get them, you'd buy them in a small size. So recommend getting their forever home straight up. I did not do that for my Murray cod. I got his first home, which was a 200 gallon pond. So that's fine. That's fine for a size like mine. 200 gallons, pristine, perfect for them. And then after that, once they hit that 25 to 30 centimeter mark, they're going to need something up to about 400 gallons, which is what I've actually got mine in at the moment, which is his current forever home. Since I'm an experienced native Australian fish keeper, I know how to maintain their growth. So he's not going to outgrow that tub unless I let him, which I'm not going to let him, since I know how to do that. But if you want to learn how to do that, there's other videos on the internet where you can go check that out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for this video. Just remember to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out, guys.